Hey YouTube, this is Lay Rocket. I just had something I had to share with you, and wanted to get off my chest. This is called Sound Off. We're in crisis mode. I've been watching television and been watching just life in general and our society, and it seems like everything is in a crisis mode. We do if you are involved in one thing or if you practice one thing, it has bad results. For instance, if we for a while there was this whole thing on the Atkins diet being a great way to lose weight. Now all of a sudden they say the Atkins diet is not a good way because it can cause your body to start shutting down and all sorts of other specific problems that I don't remember specifically, but now they say that's bad for you. We've had this debate for a long time in culture whether chocolate is good for somebody, and in particular what kind of chocolate. Then there's the debate, well, dark chocolate might be good for you, dark chocolate might not be good for you. So my question is, what what are we deciding here? Are we just kind of throwing everything out? Are we just kind of throwing out ideas and we think this might work, but oh, if it doesn't, it might not. You might die from it. Who knows? And then there's the aspect of statistics too that I just don't really get either. Like they come out with statistics that say this causes more violence in a culture. This causes more violence in a culture. Or what causes violence in a culture, in my opinion, is just desperation from certain people, and thinking that that's the only way they can solve their problems. Now some people may say that's from a lack of education, but I do believe to some extent that most people have a strong stability or a strong situation of understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Now there may be, of course, people with psychological problems, but you handle those on an individual basis. My problem is this: everything, like I said before, everything is in crisis mode. And I really don't understand why. Now they're saying, oh, global warming is a problem. And my thought is, okay, yeah, the temperature's getting warmer and everything, and to some extent it looks that way. But why are we focusing on so many things that are crises? We're not focusing on the good aspects of our culture and the good aspects of being human. I mean, and there seems to be a belief or a fighting, I guess you would call it, of the human notion that we're all going to, or eventually that humans will die. And I have no problems with death. Do I fear it? Not really. Because whatever happens to me when I'm gone happens to me when I'm gone. But enjoy your life while you have it. And I guess that's the main message that I'm getting at here, is let's stop focusing really on what the crises are. Now, I'm not saying let's not deal with problems, because I do think we have to deal with problems. But let's stop calling everything a crisis. Now, all of a sudden, obesity is a huge crisis. Obesity is a disease or whatever. I don't understand that to some extent. Now, I'm not trying to pick on anybody or trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable, but there can be some health complications, such as thyroid problems and whatnot, and other health issues that can cause a person to be obese. But the main problem, or the main cause that I see from people that are obese, is that people eat too much. Now, food is a source of pleasure. If there wasn't any eating or pleasure in eating, we wouldn't do it, would we? But the main thing I see here is the moderation. We have to do everything in moderation. Now, and I don't understand why it's a disease to some extent. I just don't get that, because I think we're calling everything diseases, everything crises, to escape the aspect of human choice and dealing with human consequences. We tend to have a victimization of society type situation. Don't blame me. I'm a victim. I didn't shoot that person intentionally. I did it because my parents treated me like crap when I was 13. What? That's now an excuse because your parents didn't love you when you were little? I don't get that. I just I'm like I said, I am not here to pass judgment on people. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and what my perspective is on these things. If you got a problem with it, again, that's your issue. But everything is a crisis. For a while ago, we were talking about cigarettes causing cancer. If you didn't know cigarettes cause cancer, where have you been the last 30 years? Now, the big thing that crossed my mind when I was thinking about putting this thing together is was culture back in, let's say, I guess the foundation of human society, or the foundation of the Western world. We had people who ate well and had and by some to some extent today, or to some standards of today, they could be considered obese, but you didn't see them running around creating a scientific study on why they were that way. I mean, why are we so educated that we're having to come up with a reason for everything, and that reason causes us to escape our own self, I guess, obligation or self-responsibility? And that's a huge issue with me, because I think a lot of people try to escape human responsibility, and I believe every person is responsible for what they do themselves. You cannot be responsible for someone else, but you need to take care of yourself the best way you know how. Now, I'm not saying these scientific studies are bad, but it just seems like we come out with one every 2 weeks that counteracts each other. Like I said, we go back and forth on these issues. And I just think, why are we focusing so much on the negative when there could be some things that are positive? And then, that's just my opinion. Like I said, you don't really have to like it. You don't really have to, if you think it was wrong, whatever. Shoot me your comments on this, because I want to hear what you have to say on this, YouTubers. And thanks for watching. Remember the 2 things about me. 1, keep on rocking. And 2, if you got something to say, you can say it. Thanks for watching, and rock on. Yeah!